Oh, fudge. Okay, test. Okay, test. Okay. Let me do that. Let me just do one more test. Let me do that. Let me just do one more test. And let me try this noise suppressor. Let me do a different thing with this noise suppressor. Let me do a different thing with this noise suppressor. If I do 0, then a lot of audio will come through. Got it. If I do 40, okay, never mind. I'll just switch it back to how it was before. Never mind. And I think I'm going to put this open threshold a little bit lower. 35. 35. All right, testing. Okay, that should be good. Welcome. Welcome, Robert. All right, that should be good. If my audio cuts out at all at any point, like at the beginning or ends, at the beginnings or the ends of sentences, then please tell me. But besides that, boom, here we go. My camera really is that wide that it can see my closet there. But yeah, as you can see, the arrangement in this room changed, and I got rid of my old microphone because it was kind of in my face and I hated it. I mean, I still have it here. It's right here. But I'm gonna use it for like videos and stuff. And I'm just gonna use this for regular videos or for things that I don't need good audio, that I don't absolutely need good audio for. Also, if I'm like too loud, I'll turn the gain down. Actually, never mind. That's just gonna make me redo a bunch of stuff. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking there were going to be different words for that, but whatever. Okay, great. I am learning Unity from this online course on edX. I think it's edX. It is edX. All right. And I'm just going to go through the whole course just as like an intro. Obviously, this is an intro course, and I'll figure out things later. I'll go more in depth later. I'll like look up more in-depth tutorials. But this is the intro, and let's hecking get it. So I clicked these things. Yeah, I didn't watch this. I just clicked through to see what stuff looked like. So here we go. Bookmark this page. No. Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to have you. Okay, blah blah blah. Developing games has become something more than a fashion. It is without any doubt a profession with future, or with future. Just the word future, not a future. Whatever. Okay, but it is a hard profession that requires high skills, and this course is born to help you. The course is born. Got it. What the okay. Whatever. They might not even be like... They might not even be American. Or they might not even speak English as their first language, but whatever. Welcome again, and I hope to count on you until the end of this course and discover how fascinating Unity is. Great. Unity is not the goal here. The goal is learning how to make games. I'm not like particularly interested in just Unity, but whatever. Let's go.
Welcome to this introduction to game development with Unity.
Okay.
The video game market has never been...
Okay, so it is, they are not, so English is not this guy's first language.
better.
All right.
The diversity of platforms now available is offering new business opportunities, especially on mobile devices. But this diversity of platforms also implies a challenge to game developers. If you choose the native tools of the platform, you will see that developing games is really hard. Unity, as a powerful game engine, offers a solution to this problem. Unity is the most popular game engine of the moment because its many advantages. It allows us to develop for more than 20 different platforms. It is much easier to learn than other alternatives. It has very powerful tools to develop any type of game, interactive application, or even virtual reality and augmented reality. And it has a huge ecosystem, with hundreds of add-ons developed by third parties. The aim of this introductory course is to cover the fundamental elements of Unity that will allow students to develop their first games or interactive applications. In order to follow this course, only basic knowledge in programming is required.
Poggers.
So if you are interested in game development, if you are interested in...
Thank you. You don't have to sell it to me. I'm going to do it anyway. The course Introduction to Game Development with Unity has the objective of allowing the student to know the fundamental elements and basic pillars of Unity. Got it. The student, after completing the course, should be able to develop their first games. With the acquired knowledge, the student will be in a position to delve into more advanced elements. Cool. Has been designed so that it can be followed by as many students as possible. However, since programming is a fundamental element in Unity, it is advisable to have basic knowledge of programming, even if you are familiar, even better if you're familiar with object-oriented programming. All right, I am. We're going to use C#. If you know languages like C++ or Java, transition to C# is very simple. Thank you. In any case, the examples have been designed not to use too many specific features, and the most important characteristics of C# are also described. Sure. All right. Methodology. Learn in a practical way with numerous examples and minimizing the theoretical aspects. All right. 6 modules, 6 weeks, which I'm probably going to do faster. 3 hours per week, which means I'm going to finish this in like 1 or 2 weeks, maybe. Because I'm going to do probably more than 3 hours per day. So, let's get it. Main element of the course is a set of videos where we will be working with Unity. It is very important for the student to learn to repeat these steps in their own Unity, not in their own environment or whatever. in their own Unity, because everyone gets a free Unity when they're born. Okay, I'm not gonna. I should probably not criticize their English. The course will be evaluated through 6 evaluation tests at the end of each module. 10 test questions, most important aspects. Sure. Game engine. Many platforms means that we have many different development environments. Learning all the native development environments for the different devices available is an almost impossible task, and only large companies can have development teams large enough to afford this approach. Game engines are environments whose objective is simply to provide developers with more comfortable tools to develop their games, and for the most part, allow to generate. And for the most part, what would the correct sentence be there? Allow people to generate apps, allow developers to generate apps and games for different platforms, reducing the cost and effort of development. Sure. Maximize and watch in HD. Oh, bruh, there are actually discussions. Poggers. Okay, do I need to watch this? Do I actually need to watch this?
In this first video, we are going to talk about game engines, and of course the main characteristics of Unity. Game market is in one of its best moments. In addition to the traditional platforms, desktop and consoles, the new platforms are a huge market. Mobile devices, social networks, and platforms like Steam offer the opportunity to develop successful games with few resources, small teams, a few months of work. The problem is that we have many possible platforms and specific development tools, so we can.
Yeah, his inflection is like super weird, but whatever. It feels like he didn't rehearse this, but whatever. I'm just gonna read the transcript here. I'm just gonna read this. Okay, is that we have many possible platforms, so we can have native tools. Okay. Okay, sure. Makes game development really challenging. It's possible to avoid native tools. Can I like expand this? I can't? No. Okay. And make game development. Is it possible to avoid native tools and make game development easier? Okay, yes. Game engine. Less development complexity, multi-platform distribution, less cost and development time. We don't need a team for each platform. Less initial training. Specific tools for developing any type of game. If we want to use a game engine, it's important to have a powerful editor. Yeah, I'm thinking this course might be like not as good as just free courses I can take online. So I might just like stop doing this course, lol. Okay. Powerful editor. Very important to be able to create 2D and 3D games. Really? I wanted to make a 4D game. Okay. I should stop. Okay, bruh. Hold up. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's get it. It is very important to be able to import multi-format resources to be able to create advanced graphic user interfaces in your games or applications. That is not a full sentence, but whatever. The possibility of previewing your game in the editor is very interesting. You must be able to manage any input from the player, and of course any kind of sound and music. Very important. It's also very important to have an efficient scripting engine. We're talking about games and applications, so they're real time, high performance, advanced physics and rendering engine, multi-platform distribution, multi-platform editor, particle systems, terrain editor, level of detail, version control plugins, editor extensions to scripting, complete documentation, third-party add-ons, affordable cost. Unity fulfills all of this. Gosh dang, bro. It's like he's trying to sell me the engine, even though I'm here to learn how to use the engine. Okay, whatever. Oh, like, when did this come out? That's my real question. Not, oh, 2019. Sure. So, kind of a long time ago. Whatever. Alright. 3 editions. We start with the personal edition. Windows Max, experimental Linux version. Asset store. It has an asset store with thousands of third-party add-ons. They're going to help us develop any interactive application or game. Unity has become the most important option in the market. Sure, thank you. Installing Unity. I already know how to do this. I already have it downloaded. Thanks. Bro, is this seriously still module 1? Oh, my voice is cracking so hard, bro. What? What is this game engine's part? Like, oh.
Have native tools for desktop, for web, for mobile platforms, iOS and Android.
Wait, do I have to finish watching this video in order to, like, get the check mark? Like, look, it's not... Why is it not checking? Okay, I do, never mind. I'm like a completionist, so that would really bother me. That would bother me a lot if I couldn't do that. So, Poggers. All right, let's open that Unity editor. Baby. And then let's see, my computer crash. Okay. Cool. I don't know why I have chatbot on, because no one is on the stream. Okay. Yeah, let's bing, bang, boom.
What we are going to do now is to see the most important tool we have when we work with Unity, the Unity editor. So what we are going to do is to create a new project. We are going to call it test. We are going to create a 3D project, so we are not going to change anything here. And we are not going to change or to add, to enable the Unity services we can add to our projects. So,
okay, I don't know why I wouldn't do Unity Analytics, but does that not do anything? Okay, am I crashing something? Ah, never mind. Okay, new project. What? This location name is invalid. What? Unity can only include letters. What? 0 through 9. What the fudge? Why? What? Okay, Unity projects. It had the wrong slashes. What? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use 2020.3.28F1. And I guess I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do 3D. Okay, and they literally didn't have an option for anything else. All right. So things have changed, definitely.
let's create the project. And what we are going to see now is the Unity Editor, a tool that it is available for Mac, and it is available, of course, for Windows. And there's also a version for Linux, okay? So if you are interested in a Linux version, there is one, okay? So what we are going to
Oh my gosh. Does it actually have to download this stuff? Oh fudge, my computer might not be able to handle this. Oh crap. Whoops. I didn't enter the stream notifications. Alrighty. That should be fine. That should be alright. So let's just continue.
do in this video is to learn the main features of the Unity Editor. We are going to see how the different elements are organized inside the editor. The editor is a very important tool. We are going to create something we are going to see in the future that they are called scenes. Okay, so in the Unity Editor, we are going to create our scenes. This is the Unity Editor, okay? And as you can see, it is divided into a collection of what we call views. So we have the hierarchy view, we have the scene view, we have the game view, we have the inspector view, we have the project view, we have the console view.
Oh my gosh.
And what we're going to do now is just to learn how to work with these
sure.
views, okay? So you can select any view, okay, at any time, as you can see.
Nice.
We can drag and drop this view into a different position. For example, we can change, as you can see here, the scene view. We can get it, and we can even make it independent, you see?
Okay,
So
what did you do?
We can get it, and we can even make and drop this view into a different position. For example, we can change, as you can see here, the scene view. We can get it, and we can even make it independent, you see? So we can, for example, if we have two monitors, something very common when we work with Unity, we can put this scene view into the other monitor, for example, okay? Or we can dock it to any position. So this is something we can do with any of the views. Of course, we can select a view, and even we can, as you can see in this option we have here, we can even close the tab, okay? So we can close the view. So now we don't have the game view. Whenever you want to visualize any view, you have to go to the window menu, and here you can see that we can enable, we can activate again any of the view, for example, the game view again, okay? And now we can dock it, okay? Again in the same position, more or less.
Wow.
So this is very useful, okay? And what we have now in front of us is the default distribution of views we have in Unity. But there are others. If you go here to the layout section, okay, as you can see, this is the default one, but we have several other possibilities. 2, 3, 4 split, we have tall, we have white, okay? And of course we have the default one. If you change these
Okay,
views, for
that's
example,
kind of
when
funny.
you're working in two monitors, something very useful is to save the layout. So you can save the specific distribution of your views under a name, so you can at any time select it, okay? At any time. And this is
Sure.
very, very, very useful, okay? So this is the most important thing you need to know about this Unity editor, okay? That we work with views, and these views, as we are going to see very soon, they have very specific, of course, objective, okay? So this is all. This is the first video where we have been enjoying how the different views are distributed in Unity, and we are going to use this default distribution of the views in Unity along the course. This is not the only tool we are going to be working with, okay? So besides this Unity editor, we are going to need something else in order to create our scripts, our code, okay? But this is something we are going to see very soon.
Poggers, Visual Studio, Poggers. Okay, I am not actually sure I'm going to be able to finish this whole section like right now. I'll get off at midnight, I guess. Even though I kind of need to go right now. No. You know what? No. Okay, great. That was my name, Poggers. Yeah, default. Let's just do default. I don't know why it was messed up like that. I'm going to like, can I rename this? Sure. Okay. Never mind. Game object. No. I kind of want light mode, actually. Where's light mode? View. Is there not a view thing? Not a view option. Rendering, animation. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I'll figure it out later.
Okay, so we have seen that our Unity editor is divided into views. What we are going to do now is to see the most important views and the most important objective of these views. Of course, the most important one is this one, the scene view. And it is very important because one of the main things we are going to do when we create applications or games with Unity is to divide them into something we will call scenes. So the scene view is going to be especially important because we will be able in this view to put objects. We will be able to put cameras, lights, and other elements that are essential when we create an application or a game. What I'm going to do now is to add, as you can see from the game object menu, I'm going to add a cube, okay?
Okay.
So this is the kind of things we are going to be doing
Poggers
with the scene view,
cube.
to add objects and to change the properties of these objects. Next to the scene view, we have another important view. It is called the hierarchy view. In the hierarchy view, we will be able to see also the elements we are introducing in our scene. But in this case, as you can see, okay, we have a kind of list of these elements. As a matter of fact, it's what we call a graph. Because in this hierarchy view, we will be able to create parent-child relationships with the different objects. Something, of course, we are going to see in the future videos. Very important, it is also this view we have here on the bottom. It is called the project view. In the project view, what we have is a kind of visualizer of our assets folder. So what we have here is the assets folder of our project. In the assets folder, we will be able to put the different assets, resources we need in order to create our game or application. We will be able to organize these elements by creating folders, something very convenient. Whenever we select something, there's another very important view, the inspector view. The inspector view is going to give us information about the object we have selected. As you can see, these properties are grouped into something. It is called component. So we are going to have a collection of components. Components, they are going to be very important, but we are going to see them in the future. Another important view also is this one, the game view. The game view is going to be essential because, thanks to it, we can run our game inside the editor. So we will be able to see our game or application without deploying the game or application into the final device. So this is going to be very useful. We will
Okay, well, hold on. The inspector view is going to give us information. Okay. Oh. Okay. There's still a delay between when it starts picking my voice. Picking up my voice. If I can enunciate correctly, that'd be good. Properties are grouped into something. It's called a component. The game view is going to be essential because thanks to it, we can run our game inside the editor. So we will be able to see our game or application without deploying the game or application. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, fair enough. Easy.
will be able to play, we will be able to evaluate our application or game without compiling and deploying the application to the final device. We have another very important one, another important view. It is the console view. In the console view, we will be able to see warnings, errors, and also our own messages. Something very convenient when we are debugging our application or game. So these are the most important views we have in the Unity editor. In the next videos, we are going to see with more detail which is the objective and properties of each view.
Okay, which one? So game view.
Which is the objective and properties of each view.
Console. Okay. Let's see. Game. Hierarchy. Inspector. Scene. Game. Console. Alright, fair enough. Unity has no modeling tools by default. Augers? Nice. There is a complement called Pro Builder. There. Yeah, the mic is kind of wonked out, but whatever. Pro Builder to add some modeling tool. Wait. There's a complement called Pro Builder that we can use to add some modeling tools mainly focused on level creation. Okay. Wait. We can add some modeling tool? Okay, I'll figure it out. Whatever. Importing elements created in specific environments. Okay, Unity was designed for. Importing elements created in specific environments, such as Blender, 3D Max, Maya, etc. And not only models, but animations as well. And distributing elements in these elements in a scene. Okay. They're complex and they deserve very specific tools. Although in Unity there are things we can do. Oh, that is interesting actually. Wait, that's super interesting. So there's no animation or modeling in Unity. Like none. That's odd. That's really odd. Thought there was at least animation. But I guess not. Whatever. How can we use some simple models in our examples? Basic models? Yes. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use cubes. Okay, put a cube in the scene. Whoa! New cube? Cube. Poggers cube. Okay, I forgot. How do I do this again? Do I have to middle click and right click? Like, can I just like rotate around something? I have to like hold something else? No. Rotate tool. How do I do that? Can I rotate? And can I please like rotate, please? I can't do it with left click. I can't do it with right click. I can't do it with middle click. Guess I'll find out. Whatever. Best format is FBX. Alright. Fair enough.
The most important view
Gosh
in
dang,
Unity
this is
is
8
without any
minutes.
doubt the scene view. The concept of a scene is very important in Unity. When we create applications or games with Unity, we are going to divide them in scenes, in different scenes. For example, in a game, generally, every level is going to be a scene. The introduction screen is going to be also a scene, and so on. So dividing our application or games in Unity into scenes is something we are going to learn for sure. So the scene view is very important because in the scene view, we will be able to add objects, cameras, lights, particle systems, graphic user interface elements, and many more things. And we will be able to edit them, change them. So the work in the scene view is really very important. In our case, we have only one object, this cube. So we can select this cube just by clicking on it. Using the mouse wheel, we can change, okay, the zoom factor. So we can zoom in, we can zoom out. Many things can be done using the scene view. In this case, to this, the only object we have, the cube. And all the possibilities are on the top. In this collection of buttons we have on the top, we can see that we can move our objects, we can rotate, we can scale. This is another way of scaling objects, normally for 2D elements and interface elements. And we have this one, move, rotate, scale the objects in a unique way, as we are going to see. If we want to work with them, what we are going to do now is to maximize this scene view. And we can do that by pressing Shift and the bar space, okay? So by pressing Shift and the bar space, we can, as you can see, maximize automatically this scene view, which is also something very important. As we can see, by selecting the cube, we have these arrows. This is called a gizmo. And these gizmos, as you are going to see, are going to help us to manipulate the object, okay? So the first tool we are going to learn is this one, the hand tool, okay? As you can see, using the hand tool, what we can change is the position of the scene. We can change what we call the panorama, okay? So we can change in any direction, okay, the position of our scene. This is something very useful. If we press Alt, the Alt key, as you're going to see, we change to something that is called the orbital mode. So it means that we are able to rotate around the selected object.
Okay.
Selecting an object is something we can do
Alt
by pressing, for example, the Move tool. And if we want, for example, to focus on a specific object, this is something very easy. We can just press the F key. By pressing the F key, the object selected is going to be in the center of the focus, okay? So this is going to be very useful. Now, if, for example, we select the rotation tool, okay, we will be able to see that the selected object is the one that is going to be rotated, and the main object is the one that has the main focus. Okay, so we can rotate. As you can see, we can move. To move the object using the arrows is very useful because you are going to be sure that you are moving the object in each specific axis. Okay, so remember that we have the y-axis, we have the x-axis,
You like how it says axis, not
we have the
axis?
z-axis.
Whatever.
You can also move the object, if you see, using these little planes. This means that if you click in one of these planes, you are moving the object, in this case in the plane xz. This is very useful, for example, when you have objects on the floor and you want to move them, keeping them on the floor, okay, for example. So we can move, we can rotate, and of course we can scale. Scaling means that we can scale in a specific axis, okay, or in the central box, we can scale the three axes in a proportional way. Of course, always pressing Ctrl Z or Command Z in the case of a Mac machine, we can undo the previous actions, okay, as something very common in this kind of applications or softwares. This scaling tool is specific generally for 2D objects and graphic user interface objects, and this option we have here, this tool we have here is a tool that allows us to combine different modifications to the object. So we can move, we can scale, and we can rotate, okay, using the same unique tool. So this is very important, this kind of tools, of applications. It's very important to practice them. It is very important to invest some time working with them, playing with them, because as we are going to see in the rest of the course, these kind of tools are going to be essential whenever you want to distribute your objects into the scene, scale them, rotate them, and to put them in the final position
Distribute
you
your
want them in the final
objects
scene.
into the scene.
Finally, it is also very important to pay attention to this gizmo, the gizmo we have here on the top right. These are the axes of our global scene. And it is very interesting because we can change things like, for example, the projection. By default, the projection is a perspective projection. This is the common one. But we can, by clicking them, change to an isometric projection or parallel projection. Let's go back to perspective. And by clicking the different arrows, as you can see here, we can see our scene from a specific axis, okay? And at any time, using the orbital tool, remember by pressing Alt, we can change the orientation of the scene. So now it's your turn. You have to practice, you can add several objects, and you can try to practice to move them, rotate them, scale them.
All right, easy enough. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I was getting some major ASMR from that for some reason. But yeah, boom. Nice. And yeah, that's it for this stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for spending your most valuable resource, the time in your life, on watching my stream. I will see you guys tomorrow or Monday or whenever I do this again. Later.